don't wait on me to make a room for you. Don't wait on me to create the platform. I mean, I will, but don't wait on me. Don't wait on anybody in life to hand you what it is you desire. Go out and get it.
In the city of Lagos, Nigeria, one of the most popular city in Africa, I sat down with a Nigerian radio and TV on-air personality, Osakioduwa, popularly known as White Child.
It's not like trying to put nobody down, but I think sometimes it's good to set a good example. All right, so I have never on the show today, radio presenters everywhere listen. In my entire radio career, I have never received money to play any artist's song on the radio. All right, I think it's wrong. I think it makes life difficult for budding artists. They pay so much money that they haven't made yet to make the music, and then to collect money from them is just heartless. So there are other ways to make money, and I'm not saying this to shade anybody who's doing it right now. I'm just saying it to encourage you to not do it anymore. All right, we can't keep complaining about politicians and policemen who take bribes if we're going to be radio presenters. We're going to be taking money from people who make music, which is our job to play. All right, so anyways, God bless. Take care of you.
Osakioduwa has been the host of major shows like Lagos Countdown shows, Big Brother Africa, The Voice, and a feed presenter on the Eminent magazine show that showcases cultural events, historical places, music, art, design, fashion, celebrity personality across Africa continent.
The story is, you are someone that have made something out of nothing. You started your career at a very young age. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, as soon as I got into university, I got somebody on campus was literally scouting for talent and saw me and maybe thought my frame would work for his show. Spoke to me about it, asked whether I'd be able to get him two other people like me, and I got on a TV show back then called Campus Circuit. It was a show for university people and university trends, stories about music and all of that. And I used to host that show for a while. Then after that, I started chasing my career on radio somewhere also towards the end of my university stay. And I got on radio eventually, just as I was finishing university, or the year before I finished university, I got on radio, and I did that for 18 years. And then I've also dabbled into other areas, TV, stage, hosting, quite a few things.
Not quite a few things, actually. The thing is, if you have done any major event in Nigeria, any big event in Nigeria, and he is not on the stage, I would have to question how big that event is. That's how big your success is, you know? Surprising that I've never really gone out anywhere in the state and someone said, oh, I watched a show about that big guy, I was, but there are many young men like you who are doing wonderful things in the industry. Why do you think that is?
Well, the United States is very insulated from the rest of the world. It's you find that there are many people in the US who've never traveled to other parts of the world and so don't know. Even though the internet is available and there are ways to learn about different places, you find that it's very possible to live in the US and be completely insulated from what's happening in the rest of the world. The news they consume on TV is very America-centric, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just the way they've developed their culture, and they on the other hand export a lot of their news. So we too, I think, could do better with exporting our news and our content. We haven't done that as well as they have. So when they get there and they watch TV or they listen to radio, most of what they hear is stuff that is local to them. So it's very possible, even though I've hosted the big formats, I've hosted Big Brother, I've hosted The Voice, they may never have heard of me because they don't really involve themselves as much with things that are going on outside of the US or its immediate environs. So I'm not surprised that many people in the US don't know me. Don't worry, you will.
I know you.
You will. You'll eventually learn.
Eventually, and it will be a blessing for them to learn about the talent like you. It's not even trying to brag, but I'm proud of the work you are doing, and you are an inspiration to people like me who are coming up in the industry. You are a definition of success, whether you like to accept it or not, career-wise and otherwise. But there are a lot of young folks who are looking up to you, who are trying to get to where you are or even get anything close to what you've achieved. What do you have to tell those people?
Don't wait on me to make a room for you. Don't wait on me to create the platform. I mean, I will, but don't wait on me. Don't wait on anybody in life to hand you what it is you desire. Go out and get it. I've discovered in the course of doing business that that's the best way to achieve things. There's some things that I've wanted to achieve. I thought, oh, look, I've got to get a loan from the bank. And I went to the banks, and I went to the investors, and I went to the JVs, and I went to the different people and say, okay, look, let's do this. Venture capitalists, let's do that. And I found that the most effective way to get things done, especially in Nigeria, is not through investors, not through loans, but to get out, to roll up your sleeves and get the job done yourself. Don't wait for anybody to help you out. So if you're there young, looking for an opportunity, get out there. Go for all the auditions you can find. Google all the auditions happening. Go to radio stations that aren't auditioning and tell them you want to audition. Go to TV stations and put out your CV, your headshots, and all that stuff for people looking for talent, and even for the people who are not looking for talent. Fight for your progress. Don't wait for somebody to give it to you.
Fight for your progress. Don't wait for someone to give it to you. I think that's really key information that you just gave us for free right now. That's a TED Talk inside. You've done a ton of things. Like you've done hosting all of the biggest names in Africa and in Nigeria as a whole. What's the next big thing you think you are hoping to do?
I wish this interview were 1 month away from today, because I can't announce it before the launch, but there is something big still in the media space that I'm starting in the next month or so, and hopefully you hear about it wherever you are, and I'll be able to message you and tell you what it is then, but I can't mention it here because we haven't launched, and that would be a bit of an anticlimax to the build-up of the media that we're working on. So but it's been an 18-year dream.
Wow.
For me.
That should be big.
Yeah, it's huge. So it's going to be something nice, but nice.
So we've heard so much. I know so much about you, and I know a lot of folks in Nigeria know who you are as a person, as a career person, as a father, and as a husband. And you are saying that that's just little compared to what's coming.
Yeah. No, it's all I've done so far was the build up to where I really want to go, what I really want to do. I was a player in the industry, and you have to grow and go from being just a player to be an owner in a sense, so that you can give room for other players who come in. So I've been on radio for instance, 18 years. I couldn't stay any longer just doing only radio. I could do it for another 20 years because I love it. But what's more important is to create the radio experience for the next guy who's coming, the person who's going to come up cooler, faster, more intelligent, more with it, more trendy than I am. I create space and a platform for him to express himself. Same goes for TV. So I'm producing a lot of content now on TV. I've produced 2 shows of mine, a comedy show called Comedy Nights, which still airs, and the next season starts in January. It's going to go on for a while. I had another show that lasted 3 years called Highlights with Ike, and it's all about putting young talent on platforms that can showcase what it is that we do as Africans. It's all African content. So there's more of that coming.
It's interesting because this is the conversation we're having right now, letting the world know how much talent we have here in Nigeria.
Yeah.
And before we go, I have to ask you this last question for our folks in the diaspora who doesn't know much about the things that happen in Africa with people like yourself or just the upcoming talent. How do you encourage them to communicate and learn more about the things that happen in our country?
For everyone who's African, not even Nigerian, but African living abroad somewhere, I'm not going to say to you, come home and be a part of the progress, come home and be a part of the movement. No, I'm not going to say that, because for some of you, it's no longer a realistic concept, because some of you have married, you've settled down, you found a home somewhere else, and that's okay. But what you should never do is forget where you're coming from. You should always keep your ties open. You should always keep your lines open. You should always keep the communication going back and forth. We have a lot to learn from you, and you have a lot to learn and gain from us. So keep the communication going. Don't forget that you are African. You may have a different passport now, but don't forget your traditions. Don't forget the things that make you essentially who you are. Value those things, and speak about them to other people. Let people learn about your culture and teach the world that it is a beautiful thing to be African
and to be Nigerian. Yes, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to sit here with you. And I hope that after your lunch that we can have this conversation again and learn a lot about what you're working on, what you're cooking, and what you're about to teach the world.
We'll definitely do it. You have a word.
Thank you so much. And again, this is a conversation with the Patrick African episode special, Nigeria to be specific. And I have the pleasure of speaking with one of the most important media personality in Nigeria,
Got it.
I got it. Till I see you next time, please enjoy this show and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube page, Gift Patrick. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Check it. 95.5 Light Radio. Never hectic.